And we are live. I'm just going to give a minute for people to start piling in here. I'm a little late, running behind. Little man never wants to go to bed on time. Let's see. It's always awkward waiting for people to come in. I've got 5 watchers right here. Guys, let me know in the comments when you're here. Go ahead and say something. I'm going to shout you out. I'll bring our special guest in here in a minute. So give a time for a few people to show up. David says he's here for free stuff. So, David, you actually count as 3 viewers, right? If you go ahead and log into 3 different devices. Everybody, that is my wonderful mother right there. That's always supportive and everything. I'm not embarrassed. Andrew's at work, but he's here. Okay. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and it's been a minute. Few people are here. I don't want to hold Rocco up, as I know it's late. So this is the second episode of I can't remember my own name. Toy Chat Live. I have a awesome guest here tonight. He was gracious enough to come on, and we're just gonna talk toys. It's gonna be a casual chat, and we do have something fun planned near the end. I wish I could do something about my lighting. This ring light makes the white out way too much. But I'm gonna have Rocco rank in a tier list his favorite toy companies. I've got about 15 set aside, so that'll be pretty fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and bam. So hey Rocco, thank you for coming, man.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Man, so you are kind of the epitome of I'm gonna call you a big YouTuber. I hope you don't mind. You're over 70K now, man. That's wild.
I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's wild. I've been on here for so long, so it finally started picking up, and it's pretty interesting.
But you are the epitome of someone who's gotten, I'm gonna call it big. They're bigger guys up there, but I'm gonna call it big. But you also always support the little guy. And you, to the point where you'll get on to people on your live stream for calling their channel small. You'll say, no,
I don't
don't do that, don't do that. And you, along with, I don't know if you know who Dan Who is.
Yeah, he does Marvel Legends, right?
Yeah. So I consider him a good friend, and he actually got me really to start the channel up. And when I was thinking about it, and anytime I mentioned it in one of your live streams, you're like, man, just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So both of y'all really had a big hand in me actually just saying, screw it, just getting it started. I know it's going to suck at first, but it'll get better, or I'll quit. So,
and I just want to say, this is your second live, and I could tell you got it. Like I've done live streams for maybe like 4-ish years now, and I've invited a lot of people on. I've had a lot of people on, and you could just tell when they're not good for live streams. And just from the little bit that I've seen you do so far, you have it. So if you stick to this, and you're consistent, and people start knowing, and you get a little bit more confident, because once you do more lives, obviously you get more confident, then you get more people, and then you get inside jokes with the channel, and you're going to be killing. I could already tell.
Dude, it's all the support from everybody. We're going to do my 500 subscriber giveaway at the end of the live stream today. And I didn't want to do it right at 500, because I didn't want to be that idiot doing a 500 subscriber giveaway and you drop down to 498.
Yeah.
But man, I cracked 700 today, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on? So
yeah, one thing that I just from what I would don't worry about the sub count.
Yeah,
I know it's easy for me to say, right? And I still remember, I remember back when I first hit 1,000 subs. I actually remember I was working at Target, and I checked on my phone, and I was like, I did it. Right. And that's when my channel was like a vlog channel or whatever, a long time ago. But I've just noticed that, just worry about connecting with people, giving people good content, And don't even look at the subs because I don't put much stock into them because I don't believe it. It's like, yeah, it says 70,000 people. Where are those people? You know what I mean? Like when I post up a video or when I go live, it says that it's you could see your little graphs. It says most of the people that watch my stuff aren't subbed to me. So it's like, what are we doing here, YouTube?
That,
I almost
that's
maybe I don't
wild,
want people to sub to me. So I don't know. But
right?
yeah,
If only you could post videos that go to the people that only aren't subbed, right?
I mean, that's what I'm doing already, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. YouTube will beat you up and make you question everything about your life, but it's also the most fun. So it's a weird thing.
Right. Man, honestly, the only reason when I started the channel, I was like, I'm not going to worry about it.
Mm.
Maybe I'll reach, because let's be honest, we all know like monetization isn't what everybody makes it out to be. It's chump change.
You'll maybe make $3 and you'll be like, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So I wasn't really, of course, that's always kind of like a benchmark you're going to set for yourself.
oh
And I
yeah.
was thinking
Mm.
maybe in 2 or 3 years, I'm going to, start, I'm going to go. So I only really only made it a goal for myself to try to get monetized by the
Mm.
end of this year
Yeah,
because of just how well my first video did.
yeah,
It's like up over 14K now,
great,
like, and I got like 900 plus watch hours off of it. So I was like,
nice.
well, crap, I'm kind of dumb if I don't try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and monetization is good for channel memberships and
Yeah,
super chats. And that's why I'm always, when I go live, I'm like, I'm always telling people, hey, super chats make I could do more lives if we get more support. It really is. I'm always very transparent with people because it's like, you just have it. If you just tell people like what you need, a lot of times people want to help you, and a
exactly.
lot of people are afraid of or embarrassed or they overthink things. And it's like, in general in life, like I'm here. I'm here to witness life and just like live it. So, doing the scary stuff is fun,
Oh
like
yeah,
you did it, man. You did 2 live streams. That is more than so many people could do.
right.
Some people go, never, I could never do, I'm not going to make a YouTube video. I'm not going to. And it's like, you just do it. Don't
Yeah,
people think way too much about stuff, I think a little too less. Maybe I should think more, but it's been working so far. So
it, exactly. You're killing it, man. Like you said,
thank you.
something I something that's crazy is I would say I think you'd agree with me. You're kind of a controversial figure in the toy
Mm.
community.
Yeah, I would
And
say that's putting it lightly.
but what I think is hilarious is I'm gonna come clean a little bit.
Do it.
So I found you, I guess, right when you were probably starting to get really big off the
Mm.
under the shelf toy hunt
Well, so
popped up.
that is so just to clarify, because people, not everyone knows this, and I forget it sometimes. My channel was like a dead channel for a long time, and then COVID happened, and I started doing diorama videos, and then I did that toy hunt, and the channel. I was doing diorama videos to 100 people, and I was happy. I
Yeah.
was chilling. I was making fun content. I was just doing it for me. We were all locked in the house, and I did that toy hunt, and it blew up. And then my channel was on fire. So I've been on YouTube since 2008. I think if you look at my channel, you could look on those info websites, and it says like I made it the day, like the year YouTube was made. I made my channel and I tried everything. So the fact that you and everyone else really for the toy stuff would have found me from that time on. So I look at myself as kind of a new YouTuber in the toy space because I technically only been doing this for 5 years ish. So I'm really, really happy with the growth and just what I've done, and since COVID is insane.
Yeah, that's what I'd say, man. And you're a lot more humble than people think too. And
Yeah, I like to
that might be a controversial
play.
statement.
I like to play a heel, but
Yeah.
I also I put entertainment over like everything. I'm not. Yeah, he's the Bam dude. I grew up watching Bam Margera doing jackass stuff with our friends with the VHS camera. So yes, I would please I will take that. Thank you. Yeah.
Right. But man, I
Mm,
found your channel. I follow the toy hunts. I enjoyed them, and I'm gonna be honest. After a while, I guess with you just playing into the bit, I
mm.
got annoyed.
Yeah,
Like I got annoyed. I was like, I stopped watching. I'm not sure. I might have unsubscribed at some point, and I was
that's
like,
the
oh, it's too
way.
much.
Yeah,
It's
that's
too
good. Yeah.
much. But what brought me back is I you were live one day,
Mm,
and I was like, oh, nobody else is live. I'm gonna pop into Rocco's live and see what he's doing.
mm.
And dude, you were just being real. It was not the Rocco in the videos being a little over the top.
Yeah.
It was you just talking. And I think when you can kind of, and that's the great thing about going live, is people can more see the real you.
Yes.
And I liked the vibe that you were putting out, the just some of the the way you were talking and the way you were supportive with your chat. Other
Mm.
people talking about starting YouTube and stuff like that, and just being honest and seeing the type of person you were, you won me back. So to me, for someone to like put you off, but then later you're like, nah, that's a cool guy. That kind of is better than it takes a lot to win somebody back. So to me,
Yeah.
like that kind of earns more respect, if you will. So
So first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. And you're not the first person. I actually get that a lot because my TikTok style videos are annoying on purpose. And I have a thing, just from doing YouTube for so long, you have to make waves or else you're not going to be doing anything. So if I said I'm going to take YouTube seriously, I'm going to play YouTube. So the videos, I'm going to do what I know works. I'm going to do divisive things to get people talking because I have a saying, if you're not making waves, you're slowly drowning. So how many channels that just say everything safe and their reviews are just like, you might as well put them on mute because they're not going to be pointing out the flaws. They're not going to. And so one thing that drew me to the live streams is I could finally be myself because I don't have to be on and I don't
yeah,
have to, I might ham it up. I do my promos. People call them the WWE promos. I'll do them sometimes, but I get that a lot. Like people are like, oh, you're chill. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm also gonna be, I like to have fun too. I like to troll a little bit. And
right,
I don't know what it was. I don't like people who take themselves too seriously. So I know how to, and I don't know why I've been like this my whole life, offline, online. I like to like humble people in the way of like, you know, it's not that everything's like a joke. Nothing's so serious that you need to, like other YouTubers that are, why I did. It's funny because to go back to the diorama videos, uh, when I was making dioramas, there were some of like the bigger diorama people that were established that didn't like me for no reason.
mm,
So I started making the YouTube videos to show people like, oh, diorama making is nothing. Everyone could do it. And it's like it's just nothing. So but yeah, I don't know. I have a big personality. I know that. And it doesn't jive with everybody. But if people actually, if they do get to know me, then you could see like I am just chill.
exactly, man. And that's even like the TikToks, like you said, they're meant to be triggering. I find them hilarious. Like,
Yeah. Oh, dude.
and,
Sometimes I'm like, oh, what do I gotta say? That's so annoying. Oh, I'll say that.
yeah,
Or, that'll get them. That's oof.
but
And then
then if they actually watch past those first 5 seconds after you say the triggering thing,
yeah.
they get like a more like real opinion. Like we're like,
Yeah.
oh, uh, SH figure arts are failing because of this, and then
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, it's actually pretty good. Like,
Yeah, why does like big fail and stuff like why does that bother people so much?
yeah,
Like I don't know. I don't get it. Like
it's
who cares? And that's the thing too, is like there are people that I don't like content wise, and I'll just do the don't recommend channel. Like, and it's nothing personal. It's like I don't like that guy's style or that guy annoyed
yeah,
me. But I'm always like, I get it because I'm making content too. And I know like they're just trying to do something too. It's just not for me. But
exactly.
some people got to tell you, like today, I just got someone who DM'd me that was like, you should die or something.
It's, ugh.
And
Man,
I was just like, damn, how's
how
he know?
he's having a bad day.
Yeah.
He's having a real bad day. But you get to just smile and just your life's going great.
Oh yeah, I mean his thing ended up in my filtered spam anyway, so he didn't even to him he never even got to me. But I like checking that sometimes. I didn't even know that you have like there's a filtered and then there's a hidden filtered. I guess when
Oh,
people say really spicy stuff, so you'll get there.
oh,
You'll get there.
so maybe bringing up like kind of. I want to bring up my YouTube page for a
Yeah,
second.
do it.
Let's see here. So it's growing steady,
Hmm.
but I do want to point out that what you're saying about spicy stuff and
Yeah,
I don't even think this is spicy. Like this video right here, the awful figures, the top 5 most disappointing figures. That
yeah.
one did really well for me.
Well,
And
why? Think about it. That's
exactly.
interesting. That's interesting. You know, like what would someone click on that never saw your video and like, you know, that doesn't know about your channel? Like, oh, what does this guy think is awful? You know? That
Exactly.
I'm interested.
But then I posted this video a few days ago continuing the top 5, but it was kind of the vice versa of that.
Yeah.
What I was not expecting much from, but they turned out really good. Dude,
Mm.
it tanked.
Well,
I mean,
now okay, let's redo this title and thumbnail right now and save your video. Let's think about it. What would I put? Hmm. Top 5 least $SH TY figures in my collection. And then have a picture of you like this or green face with the barf.
right.
It'll no, you could do it. You could do it. You know, you could change that thumbnail and you'll
Yeah.
say you could save that video. But yeah,
I this so like I see what you're saying with the YouTube game. So there's like a a wire you gotta kind of have to walk where
mm,
you have to pique people's interest.
yeah,
You have to somebody's going to get triggered no matter what at some point, whether you love for you loving something or hating
yeah.
something. I've seen people get in arguments and comments with each other on my
That's good.
videos already about
That's
stuff.
really good. That's really good.
But I noticed that and I just got to thinking, I was like, dang man, that's just that's kind of I don't want to say depressing, but it's like, man, like nobody wants to come for like the good feels.
Nope. It's really it's really sad. Like you have to be divisive online now, or else the algorithm
Yeah.
will not show your stuff. It wants negativity. I posted this video recently on TikTok, and it got 1 million plus views
Phew.
because I said Spider-Man is racist or Hasbro's racist or something. And I realized
Wow.
like that's what the news does and that's why it
Yeah.
works. Like that's why they do it. You know,
Yeah.
our country it's so divided and stuff because the people that make like think about it. YouTube channel is a news channel. So think of what ABC or ABC. I don't even know them. I don't watch the news, but they're pumping that stuff out and it works. You know, no one wants to see positive stuff as much as they pretend or say they want to. You know, drama sells. You know, like um, girls, right? The girls are like, I don't like drama. They watch like the Jersey Shore Housewives, and all they do in that is they fight with each other. They're nasty. So it's like people say they don't like drama and they want everything nice and positive, but it's not true.
Yeah, my wife loves some of the reality TV
Yeah,
shows, but she knows what it is. She calls it she loves her trash TV. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife, the same thing. We were just talking. She's watching the Love Island or something like that, and it's like just garbage. And she's the sweetest, nicest person, my wife. And she watches it, and like you said, they say, "Oh, we know it's bad," but it's like I don't know. But that's what women like.
uh,
Women like that stuff. So
um,
not
I'm just gonna
for us.
say hi to the chat for a second. It's my friend David Evans Smith here for the free stuff.
Nice.
And look how wholesome this is. This is my mom right here. Look how
Hello, mom.
supportive. Got Christopher Allen's here, everybody's favorite. My cousin Andrew, who's actually agreed to go on my first live last week with me and help me
Nice.
out.
Nice.
because I didn't know what I was doing, man.
Yeah, help is always good. It's always good to have someone to talk to because try yapping for an hour straight by
Dude.
yourself.
You go more live by yourself than with any guests. I don't see how
Yeah,
you do it, man.
it's
I don't see how you
insane.
do it.
I don't know how I do it either. I wake up with a headache every time.
Yeah, John here says, "Hey, Stussy. I know you've seen Stussy in your chat. He
Yeah.
was here the whole time last week too, helping
Oh,
me out."
nice. Good supporting. Yeah.
David Whited Arcade and Toy Channel. Hello, how are
Okay.
you doing? We're doing good today. I'm doing good today, David. I don't want to speak for
Mm,
Rocco.
mm. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah, the shorts are so important, man. You should be just making the shorts every day if you want to grow your channel.
Yeah, man. Shorts. How long do you normally spend like making a short? How long does it take you? Just like that?
I open up TikTok, I make something up, boom, post it, and they usually do well. The less thought you put into things, I've learned with so I'll put out a video that I edited, like I did toy hunts. You know those recent toy hunts where I was cutting in and I was talking about things and doing
Dude,
voice. I was
it was
Those
really
videos
good.
took like a week, and I loved them, and they bombed. And I was like, I started just putting up the videos. I didn't even put the soundtracks in the back anymore, and like minimal editing, and they're doing amazing. So I don't even know, dude.
That's sad because those videos were really good. I really enjoyed that
I
style.
enjoyed them, but yeah, thank
I
you. I appreciate that.
It's crazy once you're on the other end and not just watching and you're actually editing your own videos, you can pick out and you see those videos that's like, "Oh my gosh, this
Yeah,
must have took them forever."
yeah, and they do, man. Oh,
Let's see here. This is where Stussy said, "You are the Bam Margera of toy hunting." John said, "2008 was the good old days." Yeah, it was.
yeah.
That's when me and my wife originally started dating. So that was a good year.
No way. I think around same thing with my wife. Isn't that weird?
Oh,
Wow,
it's a great year, man.
great year.
Great year.
Yeah, Iron Man and Dark Knight.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy?
Man.
We
Dude,
didn't even know.
we had some family stuff going on this week, and my 3 oldest nephews are, like, number 1, all taller than me now,
Hmm,
and they're all adults,
crazy.
and I was feeling crazy, so time just flies by, and I was thinking, "Dang, what if I started a YouTube channel back then?" Like, I wouldn't be nearly as s things just come easier the more you do it, and
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but do you ever go back and watch any
No,
of your early stuff?
no.
Oh, oh, man.
Cringe so bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a video with, a bootleg where I have a hazmat suit with this figure is toxic, yeah. It
That's
works.
hilarious. Rush is here watching and waiting for the dramatic reveal that you both are married to the same woman and didn't know it.
Maybe
Oh,
we're
man.
married, who knows,
Uh,
right?
th there we go. We're speaking of trash TV,
Yeah,
that would be a great
that
headline for
would be
some
a
trash
good
TV.
yeah.
So, Rocco, I would be remiss you took the time, and I just wanna put out there, like, you've been behind the channel from the get-go and everything, like, encouraging me,
Hmm,
and I just shot you a random message on Instagram saying,
yeah,
"Man, I'd like to it'd be cool if you would come on at some point," and you're like, "Man, I'm free this week, let's do it." Like,
yeah,
"Oh, okay." So, I really
and
appreciate that.
by the way, I've stopped, telling people yes to stuff recently because I I I have a crazy schedule and I don't wanna let people down, but
Yeah.
since you asked me, I was like, "I'm gonna make sure," like, I even set an alarm on my phone.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome. I really do appreciate it.
yeah, I appreciate you. I just like the positivity you have in my chat and, you support and dude, thank you. I appreciate Oh, there you are. Look, channel member, you number 1.
Oh,
Appreciate that.
oh, oh, yep,
I need to update my
so if
banner, damn.
say what? Oh,
It's so old, that
uh,
thing.
hey, that's the SH Figure Arts Ash, right? That's a
Uh,
grail, man.
that's
That's a good one.
I had 2 of them. That's my favorite figure. That's one of my favorites, man. I love it.
But I would recommend, Rocco was gracious enough to come on here. If anybody, for some reason, you're watching me, you're not subscribed to Rocco, check out his channel. I think he will agree. His stuff might not be for everybody,
Mm.
but if catch his lives, I would say catch his lives,
Yeah.
actually
First.
listen to what he's saying, and then you can get a laugh out of the shorts and everything.
Yeah.
As just give it a chance. It's not serious. It's not serious.
Thank you, Justin.
Oh, you're welcome, man. So I do have a couple Instagram tabs put up here. Is there so we're kind of, I don't want to say in a drought of new stuff coming out, but
Mm.
it's that post SDCC where there's really not much news right now. Some of the pre-orders are hitting and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I,
I was just thinking of this too. Like, there's not where's the hype of stuff, right? Like that's why pre-orders aren't good. We need things that people are finding and talking about, and like I don't know, man. It's pre-orders are killing the toy community. I really I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna bring up, shout out to Fraterni on Instagram. This was
Oh, I
just the
follow
easiest
him on
page to bring
Twitter.
up.
Yeah.
Dude, he's great for toy news and everything. You
He's
see
good for
most
toy news. Yeah.
uh this recently hit, and I'm gonna be
Punisher.
honest with you, I like the Punisher, but I
Yeah.
just, for me, and it's this is where people might get their pitchforks out.
Mm,
My love for the Marvel Legends I love are based off of the 90s animated series
mm,
and in game, and like, the first, like the Infinity Saga of the MCU.
mm.
That's what got me into collecting.
Well,
So the
we
comic
know you
stuff,
love the Eternals, right?
oh yeah, dude, I love them. I honestly would probably consider maybe getting rid of them at some point, but let's be honest, I would have to pay somebody to take them.
Yeah,
But
I don't know about that. Yeah.
but honestly, I didn't hate the movie, and
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
that's
it's a fine
it's
movie. I don't want to go on to into it on your
oh,
channel, but I have a reason for my Eternals rants.
I got you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and say it was great, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
But it
But
should be great. You know what I mean? That's the thing with
yeah,
I
yeah,
hold Disney, especially coming after 10 years of, cinema's biggest films. There's no you set the bar so high, like you don't get to make a movie where people just go like, I mean, it wasn't bad. That's like that is bad. Like if we have to say that. My whole thing is like, it's Disney, it's Marvel, biggest companies in the world. They could make an amazing movie and they should only. Everyone should be a banger from them. But
I get that. I get
yeah.
that. Are you
Oh, but
excited for this
yeah, I want
Punisher
to
at
talk
all?
about that. Yeah. I actually pre-ordered that. I don't like to pre-order, but that Punisher is a must. War Journal is a really good comic series,
Hmm.
and you have to if you I don't if you 90s comics are really good. You should read it. It's crazy like what they used to put into kids comics back in the day, but that's a Punisher on the bodies. I'm always talking about this in my videos. It has the updated torso with the ab and the freaking rocker on the top, and so I was all in, but it was 60 something dollars, so I only bought one. I wanted to buy two of these, and
Right.
on principle, I am not spending $130 on 4 Marvel Legends figures. It's ridiculous where we're at right now.
Yeah. Are you gonna try to get rid of Bushwhacker to try to recoup some of the money?
He's
Or
a big part of not a big part, but he's in that story. So, it's fine. And this is my thing. I just posted my Daredevil review. I posted the other 3-pack with the Doctor Doom. And it's like we're
right.
getting figures that are held hostage by the figures people want. Like everyone knows, Hasbro knows they've done this 4 times at least with Daredevil. They had him in a 4-pack, they had him in that 3-pack, and then they put him in the 2-pack with Hydro Man. And like everyone wants this Punisher. This Punisher should have been by himself for $25. And nobody wants, a few people want the Bushwhacker, but this is Hasbro knows this, and that's why they do it.
Yeah.
The Hasbro tax. Yep.
If they single pack these, the Bushwhacker would end up at Ollie's,
Yeah.
and Punisher, no one would ever find it in the wild.
Well, they used to, yeah, yeah. They used to do a build a figure wave. Was the whole point of that was we're gonna put in a figure that no one really wants, but you're gonna buy him because you want they give you a reward for buying the wave. We don't even get those anymore. And if
Right.
we do get a build a figure, it's like a figure nobody wants or it's small. It's
Yeah.
Hasbro really, I'm so vocal on it because they're pumping out some of their best figures ever this year. And then they're also doing some predatory business practices. And it's like, you know,
Yeah.
people go, "Oh, you hate Hasbro." It's like, no, I'm just critical, like everyone should be with them. Like when they do well, I'm gonna say it, but when they're doing stuff that's wrong, I'm gonna say it too. And it's
Right.
like, $60 for a Punisher figure. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And just playing devil's advocate, I'm not defending. I never. Nobody needs to defend a billion
Yeah.
dollar toy company. That ever. That's.
Yeah.
But I will say that I could see it from the point of view of, well, a lot of people might want the Bushwhacker figure, but maybe they can't get it greenlit for a single pack release. So
Mm.
that's the only way they're ever going to get it is with this very sought after figure.
And that's what they would tell you, but we've
Yeah.
gotten figures that should have never been greenlit that got greenlit because Hasbro makes what Hasbro wants to. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's true.
that's probably
The Eternals wave. That's
the no, but not even that. Just like a few. I'm trying to look, but I wouldn't have them. But some of the recent comic characters that Hasbro wants people to like them, but they're just not what people want. And then I don't know, but Hasbro knows because they make these figures really hard to get. We're collecting toys, not like this shouldn't be a full-time job. There's so much stuff like the Warbird. She shouldn't be hard to find.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I do know. Like watching the few toy hunts you've done recently, like even you say it, man, the pegs are empty everywhere, no matter where you go.
Yeah, like
It's
I just chilled out. I don't even go to stores anymore, It's
it's
sad for a toy
depressing.
hunter, but what are we gonna do? I'm just gonna keep seeing empty shelves at the store. I'm gonna go crazy.
The only reason I still even check is we still have to go to the store to go like grocery shopping or something like that.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
I had a rule early on with the toy channel was like, I'm not gonna go to a store just for looking at the toys because like if I go for milk, if we go for ice cream, whatever. But yeah, and that I think that's a good rule to have, or else you're just wasting your time.
yeah. And I saw something. Stussy says the leak list says Punisher is getting a solo release next
I'm
year.
sure. I'm
So
sure. White
that
gloves.
actually, yeah, that actually leads to why the only reason I'm not getting it because I need to update a Punisher. I need Punisher for my Spider-Man animated series display.
Mm.
But what does Hasbro keep trickling out to us? Those animated series figures.
They'll throw it in the VHS box. He'll be
Exactly.
$40 on Pulse. Yeah, there you
What
go.
does this need? Just some different paint, some cell shading, and trench coat.
I mean, if they gave him a cloth trench coat, I will give them an award, but I don't think they would.
Uh, it'll be plastic.
But see, I
It'll
like
be
this look
plastic.
though. I like this
Oh
run,
yeah,
and I like this. The '80s, '90s. I don't even know. I think it was it might have been an '80s run, because it's wild. He's fighting, mobsters in '80s New York. It's just it does it. That's best Punisher.
definitely. Let's see. There's a couple other things here. Do you do how much Mafex do you do, Rocco?
So it's funny because I've been almost through everything and I cycle in and out of stuff. Like I used to do Mafex in the beginning and then I just forgot about them. And then they also kind of priced me out of it. I have
Yeah,
some bootlegs and I have one official Spider-Man Mafex, but I do the anime figures. So I have like some Mafex ones, I
yeah,
have all that stuff. But the Mafex superhero ones, some of the Marvel Legends are fine. Like they're perfect to me.
yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
I- I've gotten. I started getting some Mafex this year, but I'm very selective because, like you said, they price you
Who,
out.
who do you have? Like which one? Anyone that stands
Let's
out
see.
at you that maybe I should check out?
Well, definitely the Hush Superman is the Superman figure.
Mm.
That figure is amazing. And the rest, honestly, let me turn it look here. Um, I've got a mix of like DC movie. It's like a cube of just like I've got it's SH Figure Arts and Mafex. I've got
Nice.
like the SHF Christian Bale Batman,
Nice.
the Mafex Black Suit Superman from I guess it was the Snyder Cut,
Mm.
and just kind of like that. So, but with my Mafex, I don't overpay for them. I'm lucky enough to have a toy store like right up the road from me.
Nice.
He gets them in, and I'm always taking him some. I rotate a lot of stuff out,
Oh, you do
and
trade-ins and stuff?
yeah, and
Oh, smart.
he gives me like a great rate. So I'm always in there.
Mm.
He's a super nice guy, and he says like all the time, like, "Oh man, like your stuff, like it sells quick, so I don't care. Just keep bringing it to me." Like,
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's the way things should be, right? Like everyone should be helping each other out.
oh yeah,
Not they don't have to, but it's just like everyone could help each other out and everyone could win. That I just have that type of you know, just like in life, I think it's nice to do nice things for people. Like people will, I get taken advantage of all the time, but it doesn't make my life any less great. I just lose some people that I thought were, chill. And I always just, sometimes I think I'm friends with people, but I realize like, oh, they're just talking to me because of my channel or, or
yeah,
using me or something like that. So, you just, I'm used to it, but it's still I get caught up in it because I'm kind of I'm a real person. Like the person you get now is like how I am. So I realized being on YouTube, it's like a lot of people are kind of phony-ish, which is fine, right? Whatever you're gonna do. And and I just learned a lot of people are just like they want clout. Like people want clout bad.
it's try to cling on and just
Yeah, at least
yeah,
fake it. Like just be like, yeah, like hey, like I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. But I
and
realized like I have a bunch of Mafex Batman figures. When you mentioned yours, I was like, oh yeah, I have all the Dark Knight ones.
oh, are those really good?
I like I love the Dark Knight, so I want to have like the best versions of all the characters. And that Moda King, I did a review of it. It's a model kit, but it's 1/12th scale, and it's my favorite Bale Batman yet. And it comes with a really nice unmasked head. It's not a hard build, like if you don't want to do model kit, but
Yeah,
look it up, Moda King Batman. And if you care about like the Dark Knight movies,
oh yeah.
that's the best one in my opinion.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I do have. I was trying to think. I know I have the Mafex Twilight Batman. Um, what's his name?
Oh yeah, I have that
Real
one too.
Batman.
That's a really good
It's
one.
really good.
That's
It's
like I
really
have him
good.
right there. That's a perfect figure right there.
Yes, and the accessories are good. The
Damn, I have
only thing that
more Mafex than I thought.
yeah, I know, that's what I'm sitting here thinking, like, "How I don't have many," and I keep thinking of different ones. The only thing that's bothered me on a few of mine are maybe some of the th the lack of a thigh swivel doesn't bother me that much because you get a lot of motion up at the waist or,
Mm.
at that socket, but the ankles kinda bother me on a lot of mine. Like
Yeah, it's a weird because they're heavy. They're
yeah,
heavy-ish figures. They
yeah, and
don't
it's
stand well.
like, if I want my Superman on a even in a flying pose, I'm trying to point his toe all the way down, it
Mm,
won't point all the way down,
interesting.
and I don't know if it's me just not being able to pose right, but
Yeah.
you can kinda, like, fake it and, like, bend the knee a little bit more to get
Mm.
that pose down, but
Dude, people are really serious into posing.
yeah,
That's like
yeah,
being in the toy community for around 10 years, people used to do toy photography, like, really serious, and then it turned into, like, the TikTok style of just people holding figures in their, like in their carpet or their tile floor and, like, just doing a really crazy pose, and that's it. And it's
yeah,
really interesting because like, that's what's in right now.
yeah, but man, I think, like, Mafex is right up there at, like if they could pump out more figures at a
Mm,
lower cost,
yeah.
like Hasbro, McFarlane, everybody would be in a lot of trouble.
Well, if Hasbro keeps with these price increases, then I always hear people say, "Oh, I could just get the Mafex. I'll just
Yeah,
get the Mafex. I could get the figure arts." Like we're getting
especially
to the point where,
with
yeah, it's crazy.
especially the aftermarket pricing, if you miss it the first go around, it's
Write it off.
But I'm kind of curious. I know A- AOA has its following, but the legends peg warmed everywhere, so it's just kind of odd that Mafex and their select releasing are doing
It,
AOA.
it must be cheap licensing.
Yeah.
Marvel
Uh,
might have just said you're allowed to do those or something like that because those are not fan favorites. Ollie's can't even sell the AOA stuff. It never even I remember back in Toy Biz, the AOA Wolverine was always the figure that you couldn't even give away, and he had a chase too. He had the
oh
Burt
man.
face. So I don't know why people don't like that toy. I don't like the looks of them personally.
Yeah.
So I
I
just never got into them.
When I was younger, so I'm 35.
Mm,
When I was really young, I had, a bunch of random X-Men figures. And I would read some comics, but I don't really remember which ones. I
mm,
remember I had like an AOA Cyclops figure, but I never read AOA, so I
mm.
never understood why the Cyclops looked so different
Yeah,
in that
I mean,
figure.
the Jim Lee is the only X-Men I ever wanna look at. I don't care how good a story is or any story that the Jim Lee, those X-Men blue and white suits, the animated series,
Yeah,
you're done. You peaked. They'll never make a good for any of them. They'll never make better outfits. I don't even that's it. That's it to me. So if it's not those, I'm not even interested a little bit.
yeah. That's my mind's eye of the X-Men, the animated series. And we
Perfect.
had it. It was kind of like its own universe back in the '90s
Yeah.
before all the MCU stuff, because there were all
Mhm.
these crossovers with all the shows.
Yeah, Spider-Man, they turned up in there and everything. It was pretty interesting.
I don't want to stay on all this too long, but I do have to say I was. Oh, are you picking up any of the Simpsons line?
Never got into Simpsons ever in my life.
Really?
I don't know why. I never watched I've never even watched an episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'd say you might. I know you're cutting back on the horror stuff, but the Treehouse of Horror
I always hear that brought up.
episodes,
I
yeah,
always hear that brought up.
that's what I saw the most because it felt kind of special around Halloween every year.
Mm,
But I watched Simpsons here and there. I watched it a lot at a certain time, and it kind of phased out.
yeah.
But I like the characters and everything. I don't keep up with it today, but I think it's really cool that I think it's Jack Pacific got this license and are just
Yeah.
doing affordable figures. I actually picked up
With the
I've got
play
all the wave
sets.
one now.
The play sets are cool.
Yeah.
We need more of that.
hmm the little like the 4 or 5 inch ones.
Mm,
There's Groundskeeper Willie. I haven't opened any of them yet, but they look really cool, and I think it's good cheap world building.
yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see if Jack Specific can get more license for shows like that. Or not even shows like that, like cartoons and stuff like that. Like go OG Cartoon Network
Yeah, they
shows.
need to do something because the AEW figures were so hot and now you can't give them away.
Yeah.
That
I
company is in trouble.
I'm I limit myself very big like on wrestling. I just go like mind's eye
Mhm.
of some of my favorite wrestlers because I can't let myself fall down that rabbit hole.
It's yeah, like I collect wrestling big time. You would never even know it because I don't ever talk about them. I don't show them off. The content is horrible. So
Oh,
I never review them or anything.
I know you're big into Dragon
Yeah,
Ball. These
I'm
are
gonna be controversial on your channel. Hopefully you don't mind.
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I hate chibi stuff.
Hey,
You know,
there's
like
an audience for it, and then
yeah.
it's not me either. That's
Yeah, and then it's like Dragon Ball Z and Chibi, like I'm good. I don't like kid things, like I don't know, man. I don't like cute like I don't know. I don't know how it's everything is chibiized. I want some rough and tumble things. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
but you never know. I don't like it. I don't like it either. I feel like if like you said, it's too chibi. If they had made it kind of more, I don't know, like I know it's them shrunk down into
Yeah,
like
and they've
kids,
done this or
but
they did this with Dragon Ball GT and no one
yeah,
liked it. So they were like, let's go back to the well of the thing that no one liked. Everyone loves Z. They could have just tried to
mhm,
copy Dragon Ball Z again. I don't know what's going on, but being a Dragon Ball Z fan, I'm sure it'll be good. I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
it's gonna be bad. It's just like right now I have no interest in it, and that upsets me. You know, like I want to be excited for
yeah.
what's coming next of Dragon Ball Z. You know, I don't know.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good, but I don't see myself really. I sold off whatever few Dragon Ball Super figures I had in
I
SHF.
want. I'm trying to do that too. I just bagged up my. I had a Goku Black shelf, and I just
Mhm.
like I don't even like. I didn't even like the arc. You know, like
Yeah,
why
yeah.
do I have a shelf of it? So I have Zamazenta, whatever his name is over there, my
This
Goku Black, and
I just want to I tell myself like, yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm just gonna stick with Z. Just
I
stick with
th- I,
Z because
I think
man,
it's
the
safe.
things
Yeah.
aren't cheap. They're not cheap.
No.
So
No.
yeah,
Um,
and there was one more. Let's see. I was wanting to ask. I saw a picture down here. There's more of the Dyma figures.
yeah, the One
Where are
Piece
they? I don't
figures
know.
are
I can't
cool.
find it, but I was yeah.
Yeah,
I need to watch more One Piece.
no, you don't.
You're how many episodes in now?
Almost 900. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
I was
dang.
literally watching it before. Hold on. I could give you the exact. No, 926 I'm on.
Oh wow, that is a commitment, man. That is a
But
commitment.
it's been bad. I've just been kind of skipping through them. Like
Yeah.
it's not been good. That's the thing with the show is like I love the characters, right? So it's like I love the characters, but some of the arcs are really bad.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
I
not
think
like
every
Dragon
anime
Ball
is
Z.
pretty much like that. That you have
Yeah,
ups and downs. It's
900 episodes, they're not gonna be good, all of them, you know?
yeah. But everybody that I know that has watched it tells me I need to watch it. So at some point I need to pick it back
The
up.
the
And
beginning is phenomenal. Like, I love it. It's really it turned you know what I don't like about it? And it might I don't know if a One Piece fan might see this and say something, but it started off really good, right? It was about
yeah.
like Luffy has a dream and he's going to fulfill that dream, right? And then he meets other people that have dreams of their own, but they're all like, let's go do this together and we're all going to help each other out with our dreams, right? And it was an adventure story. But it at some point it turned into like Dragon Ball Z Light, where it's
Mm,
formulaic, where it's like there's a new guy and then they're gonna fight, and then they're gonna, and it's less about the exploring and the adventure and the friendship, and it's like kind of Dragon Ball Z style fighting, which you think I would
mm,
like that, but it's it's just not it's not entertaining enough like Dragon Ball Z was with the fighting, where I don't know.
yeah.
I think that's the best way I could put it into words.
It's like fighting, but the episodes kind of lack substance. Like like
Yeah, it's like there's no stakes, or it just doesn't matter. It's like the fights don't matter. Like the Dragon Ball Z fights, we remember the Cell Saga because like that Gohan fight was amazing, you know, and it was like that was the whole point. And
yeah,
these moves, the show, it's like it's trying things, which I guess 900 episodes, you try new things, but I feel like it kind of moved away from what made it amazing in the beginning, and I
yeah,
could see there's like a spot where it could end, because then there's like a gap, and if you just watch up into that first part, I'm not spoiling anything, but you if you watch the first season or so, the first few seasons, you'll get hooked. It's good.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
But Rocco, I do want to I want to be mindful of your time.
Okay.
So let's go ahead because I know you're a dad too.
Yeah.
Mornings come early,
Oh yes,
but
and we're going to the flea market tomorrow, so the whole
oh
family's waking up early. Yeah.
oh man, see I live in South Carolina,
I
and
was
we
gonna
have a
ask,
bunch
yeah,
of
where are you from? Okay.
we have like quite a few flea markets and everything, but man, they're always barren. Like I mean, there's people there, but it's just junk. And every now and then you can find stuff, but I haven't found something I was actually really interested in and gotten like a good find in a while.
So I
It's
hear
tough.
that all the time, right? People go, "Oh, what flea market do you go to?" Oh, you what people don't see online is the 87 times that I saw nothing.
I bet.
So it's but it used to be so good before I was really making videos. around 2016ish. It was amazing, and people were giving things away. But now everyone's a reseller, everyone's collecting. So, and it's, you know what? It's funny. No one knows about this yet. I was going to make a post. I don't have a Hulk. I realized I don't have a freaking Hulk figure, dude. So, I was at my flea market. There's an indoor flea market and an outdoor. The outdoor is where you get the deals. The inside has all the stores. I never go in there, but there is a toy store in there, and I know the guy just from buying stuff from him so much. So, I didn't find anything outside. We go inside today, and I see this guy. He was like hidden, hunched over in a cabinet. So I go, oh, I need a Hulk. It's the tag said 30 on him. And I always ask him, I go, Darren, what could you do on this? I just always ask him that. And sometimes he'll be like, I can't do anything. Sometimes he'll give me $5 off, whatever. So he goes 20. So I was expecting 25, right? So like $5 off, whatever, I'll take it. I come home and this is the special Hulk. This guy's like $90.
What?
So I paid $20 for a pretty rare figure. I was expecting, I'm sure I was like, he'll be $30 online, $40 maybe. He usually prices to eBay. So I scored big time, but I'm going to keep him. So
yeah. I was going to ask, after you looked it up after you got it, were you a little tempted to be like, oh, maybe I can get rid of it and buy a cheaper one?
I usually am, like, and that's my thing is like, I'm always like big with scalping. Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary, I think, of the Toy Biz Marvel Legend Hulk. They did an 80th anniversary one, but that's not it. I looked it up. So I usually, I'm not like, I resell stuff, but I don't scalp. Like I'll never go in a store and then buy something that people are like the Warbird. I wouldn't buy a Warbird for $30 after tax and then put it online for $35 and make $2. Like, I don't know why people do that. It's such a bad thing unless they're stealing them and they're making like a nice profit. But if I have an old figure, you know, sometimes I'll go through, what do I not need? And I'll be like, oh, this guy's worth $100.
Yeah.
F that, I'm selling them. So, you know, if someone will pay. But yeah, so that's, I have no problem doing that. But, you know, I never then it ruins it for everybody.
Yeah. I think picking up flea market stuff, and I don't think you're reselling the stuff for outrageous prices. I wouldn't say that's scalping.
No, yeah. If it's old, you know, and I always tell people, for my followers, I'll say, you know, just DM me. I'll get people that DM me, go, I watch your videos, you know, what could you do? And I always give them a nice price. But, you know, if I, you know, I'm going to try to get top dollar of whatever things are going for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can, but.
And man, and older stuff, people are, if they're willing to pay that.
Yeah.
And if it's at the flea market, it's something that's older, it's hard to find it. You're kind of, you're look at it as you're helping people out, really. I mean, somebody's going to put it online at some point.
Listen, I buy scalped stuff. It's the name of the game. I just bought. So I'm so dumb. I want to talk about this because I've been in the Mythic Legion. So Savage Crucible, you know, these figures, which I saw you got one too.
Yeah.
I have not stopped playing with these since I got them at ZoloCon, last week. I'm so high on this damn brand, which is amazing because they said they saw me talking about them so much. They said, our next wave, we're going to send you some to review, which I already bought the whole wave. So I'm going to have doubles. Maybe I'll do a giveaway or something, or just customize them. That's what so I've been so high on them. And then I went and I busted out all my old Mythic Legions, and I realized I sold a bunch of them. And I'm so mad. I still have a ton, but I was like, there were ones that I really wanted, like the skeletons and everyone. So Mythic Legions just put out this really good knight and this really good skeleton that everyone's talking about. And I missed out. The skeletons were $25. I bought on Macari for $160 or something, the skeleton and the knight. So I even messaged the guy. I said, boy, you got, you know, I had the credit. Thankfully, I had the Macari credit, but, you know, I'll pay scalper pricing because we have to. So damn, that guy got me good. Those are new. He $160 and he paid, you know what, maybe 40 and 25 together originally, but it's the name of the game.
Mythic Legions is definitely one of those lines that it is so expensive to backtrack if you miss out on something. It's rough. I only have, I think, like 5 Mythic Legions. I nitpick because I collect so much, but swords and sorcery stuff is really cool, and I have to have some kind of dedication to that in my collection.
Dude, I
That's
started playing Skyrim again, and then I
oh,
just
get
made
it.
a big chunk order from Store Horseman. I just did a
Mhm.
big all like the stuff I'm catching up on. I realized I was like out of the game for like 4 years of Mythic Legions, not buying them. So
Oh,
I'm playing catch up right now.
yeah, it's an expensive line to catch up on. I know they at least do go back and do their all-star waves where they let people, I think they let the fans vote on what they want to be in the all-star
Mm.
waves to
Yeah, yeah,
re-release.
yeah, yeah. Well, I just picked
That's
up the
cool.
All-Star Wave. Yeah. I just got their last one. I got like the builder, the skeleton builder, and whatever their in-stock sale is. They have some stuff on their website right now.
Yeah, but those figures are awesome. I really do enjoy them. Uh, and I know like their articulation is getting better. They're doing new molds.
Let's talk about that because for some reason, and I don't like going hard. I like supporting. I like
Yeah.
supporting indie companies. But Mythic Legions really isn't an indie company. They are Mattel professional industry professionals, right? So I think it's about time we need more articulation. I think it's a little
Mhm.
crazy. And then you're not allowed to criticize Mythic Legions. People go really crazy. And it's like, we need more articulation. The figures
Yeah.
are,
And
you can't really do much. They're cool to customize, but like, I
yeah,
think it's time we need more articulation on Mythic
I
Legions.
I think they're getting there with the new Night Buck. I think that's going to be more prevalent going forward. But
I mean,
I
double
do.
jointed elbows at least from now
Yeah.
on. We need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or at least see. I understand, like it's especially like the knights in armor you might be able to get away with,
They
but we
do,
need like
listen, they do
they
some
need to be able to
crazy
hold that sword with 2 hands. And
look. These guys, this made me go, oh, because like they're a competitor to Mythic Legions, and I was like, oh, this company could really, really catch on if they're like, because
and
these have the good paint apps. These are, I don't know, man. Savage Crucible. I've been singing the high horror, like I mean, like the Mythic Legions are great. I love them,
yeah,
but I also love them, so I could be critical. There's not much you could do with these. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
mean,
they look amazing. They look amazing,
they
but yeah,
do,
more
but
posing would go a long way.
I mean, you start getting them next to these guys, and I'm just like, damn, like it could be really good. So I want Mattel. I mean, I want Four Horsemen. Like, let's raise the bar a little bit. I think.
Mhm. You're making me jealous. I still haven't opened mine.
Open them right now. Oh, I wanted that one, dude. I am so mad now that I passed because I only got the builders. I wish I got that one. They told me to buy that one, and I didn't. And
Yeah.
I'm
Did it
mad.
go out? Oh, you got him in person, so you
I
got a
saw
better
them in
deal on them.
person. I didn't even know what the brand was. I'm walking by and I saw the army builders are only $20. This was
That's
$20.
insane.
I
See,
couldn't believe it.
when I saw him in person, it was last year at Retro Toy Con. It's an event that I know you've probably heard of Toy Federation,
Wait, there's
right?
a retro toy con in Pennsylvania like
Oh,
next
really?
weekend. I was thinking about
Oh,
going because Mythic Legions are going to be there. So
but that's where Savage Crucible, they weren't in production. Well, I think they were in production, but they weren't released yet or anything. And
okay.
they had some up, and that's when I fell in love with this figure. I stood there, I talked to the guys a little bit, and they weren't even letting anybody touch them at the point. So they might have just been like prototypes.
I probably they had prototypes there. They weren't letting people touch either. Oh, dude, hold
Oh,
on. I'm full screening you. And I have the kit that you could change his head. I have like I bought the armor kit that you could put him with his wings open on his head.
oh yeah. Oh, I brought up Kurt here. Hey, Kurt, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming. And look,
Northern New Jersey, that's Mythic Legions up there.
oh yeah, Kurt K is an awesome guy, man. He's one of the nicest guys on the face of the planet. Check your pants is here.
Yeah.
What's up,
What's up,
buddy?
man?
Says sorry he's late. You're fine, bud. We've just been chatting it up. Sorry,
Yeah,
try not
you're gonna
voice.
leave the lives up, right? So people could catch the replay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Maybe I'm gonna. do like channel memberships eventually
Yeah.
and everything. My biggest thing is I'm not gonna, even after I reach that point of monetization, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna like actually do for it.
Mm,
But I'll open it up and everything. I'll probably always leave live streams up.
yeah.
I don't know. Have to wait and see what works, you know.
Yeah.
But this,
Oh,
oh
dude.
man,
He's cool looking.
oh, this armor is what did it for me. Oh man, and this guy is called the, was it the Royal Guard? Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool, man. I
Oh,
think like if more people got these in hand, they would be like into them. Like these are ones that like when I opened them, I was so impressed. And
mhm.
I don't really like the lizard. Like that's not like my
Yeah.
first go to like a lizard person, but I
Mhm.
was like, damn.
And that was my thought. I was like, I don't care about lizard people. But then I
Yeah.
saw it in person. I was like, oh, that looks so good. It's like just the paint on the armor, just the look of everything, man.
Yeah, they did
Like
a killer job. A
this,
killer job, these guys. I'm really high on them.
I'm excited to see what else they come out with. I know they've got more
Their
waves
Wave 2
announced.
figures, I caught the last day of the pre-order. They have human characters. They look good, man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
but these things are awesome. But I'm probably gonna mess with this guy a good little bit.
Yeah.
But let's get into
Yeah. Sorry about
the.
that tangent. I just had
Oh
to.
no, you good, man. You good. Let's see. I'm gonna bring up. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, let's
And
do it.
since Rocco is so divisive,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you on blast. I'm not gonna say that,
Mm.
but I'm gonna have you
Okay,
rank
let's
these
do it.
toy companies. So I tried to just, this was like off the cuff a couple nights
Mm.
ago. I just got this list together. I was like, I don't know
Good
if you
list.
recognize everybody here. I
No,
tried to
I
just
got
make
it.
it some of the top ones.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
S, A, B, C, D.
Mm-hmm.
So we can start right here at little subjects and just work our way across, unless you want to just pick
Let's
and
start.
start.
Yeah, no, hold on, because I'm gonna make it spicy for you. So we won't do it in order. First, I'm gonna start with Playmates. I'm putting them D tier.
D tier? Okay.
Yeah.
As any specific reason?
So I always say Playmates, they never step their game up. They make
Yeah.
figures that are stuck in 1990, but they don't charge that. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're gonna get away with like look at those Stranger Things figures, the Turtles figures, like those should be $3.99 and
Yeah.
they're not. So Playmates, they're skating by on I don't even know how, just because they've been around. I guess they have good relationships with stores because they
Yeah.
make some of the most dumpster worthy figures, in my opinion.
That's fair. That's a
Yeah.
fair opinion. I would say probably the only thing keeping them around is nostalgia. And
Yeah.
I'm sure they have their hands in a lot of more like kid stuff and collector stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think I didn't have any playmates, but they got me. They got me, Rocco. Do you have any guess on what they recently got me with?
Sell me on it.
I can't because they're not that good. They're cool if you had any turtles, but
Okay.
it's the remastered turtles.
Again, they're still doing now. How much
Yep,
was that?
exactly. These were $12 a piece.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's right there, and that's the only reason I did it.
It's funny because I'm looking up the last I actually have when they did a few years ago the remake of the original 90s Turtles or whatever
Mhm.
in the boxes that look like the old boxes. I actually bought one. I don't know
Yeah,
why. I have it right up there.
nostalgia. That's
Probably, but that should be $8.99 maybe.
yeah, that's fair because I opened them. I held off. And I was like, you know what? I don't have anything to represent my original turtle figures from when I was
Mhm.
younger. I've got a set of the NECA movie turtles.
Yes.
I do have the IDW Best Action from Little Subjects comic turtles. Those are
Okay,
actually pretty
okay.
good. The
Okay, so
original Best Action ones were awful. Like the animated ones were absolutely awful.
okay. Okay.
But I didn't have the OG
Mm,
representation, so I hopped on it. And
mhm.
they say remastered. there is added articulation. The arms are fine. The accessories are good. They come with, it's
Well,
cheap. They come
well, I
with
mean,
these little
like,
diorama bases that
oh,
you can,
oh,
and you can
oh,
connect these.
okay,
They're like
that's
roof
cool.
block pieces,
Okay,
and
that's
they're modular. There's like pieces you just move around.
all right. They're trying. They're
Yeah,
trying.
yeah.
But yeah, I just don't. I feel like they, like I see some companies on here that stepped up
Yeah,
recently. So I'm, Playmates. I'm still calling it D. I'm calling it
yeah.
D.
That's what I was gonna say. They're fine, but I don't think getting them in hand. I'm like, okay, they're fine for what they are, but I don't think they've earned the remastered title. I think
They
it's
get away
kind
with
of
too much.
they went halfway on it
Yeah.
basically. So
Um,
Playmates in D tier.
Now
I'd s-
another D tier. I'm gonna start Super 7. Throw that up on there.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I agree,
Hmm.
but even though I agree, I do have some Super 7 in my collection.
I have I have one. I have the 2001 figures.
Mm,
Space Odyssey Kubrick movie, because it's the only game in town. Like they made them and they
yeah.
sucked. So
Oh
I
man.
have that video up on my channel. The amount of disappointment when I opened the figure, it was
Ah,
they were like dollar store kids meal toys. And the thing was, this is what gets me again. Playmates, they're priced, like, $12, whatever. But Super 7 says they're
mhm.
adult premium collector toys. And their figures are like what, $40 or something? No, don't worry
Mm,
about Mayfex. Don't worry about
yeah.
Mayfex. We'll get there.
Yeah, Alexi, Mayfex straight to S, right? Yeah, I think Alexi will come beat down my door, and he
Mm.
doesn't even know where I live, but he'll find out if we put Mayfex in D tier.
But no, but yeah,
But
Super 7, man. Their quality to price ratio is insane. It's
I I have a little bit of a hot take. I
Mhm.
think if Super 7's price point was closer to 20 rather than 55 on their ultimates, I would put it B tier.
How much was this?
That 20 bucks.
An
Yep.
indie company could do this for $20. Super
Yeah.
7 is Disney, or I think they're owned by a big company.
Uh,
There's someone
it's not
there's secret.
Disney.
There's
Well, they
something.
have, like I
Yeah,
think they got some, like, big backers or
hold
something
on.
that
Super.
basically
Hold on.
like, somebody came in and saved the company from what I heard.
Let's see. Super 7 business owners. Um, who oh yeah, Brian Flynn. I don't know what that is, but I know announces invest $25
Yeah,
million
yeah,
investment from the Newcastle network. Hmm.
yeah. So the rumor is he doesn't have some things are gonna change because he doesn't have full say anymore because of the investors.
Well, I'm listen, I don't this guy, if it's some guy making a toy company, then I give him power to him, but I go by what I have and what I
Mhm.
see. They constantly have they promote things on the pre-order and then they don't deliver on that. Like
Yeah.
it's unacceptable D tier. I don't even want to go any longer. Now we could do positive.
Right.
Valaverse. I'll put Valaverse S tier.
Falaverse S tier. Okay, okay. I think I'm open to hearing more about that. I have very limited,
Mm.
uh experience with Valaverse, but the experiences I do have with their figures have all been amazing.
Well, so he's an indie guy, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
making Hasbro quality product. Um, Decent prices. He has the lower stuff for people hopping in. He has like a $20 figure or a $22 figure, which is
yeah,
always good. And his quality of the figures are good. And he has quality control. Like I don't ever see anybody complaining about, something breaking or falling apart. I have for the TikToks, I'm always like checking Reddit or Twitter and I hear what people are
yeah,
saying. And I hear people say, he has a little attitude, but that's just because he's
yeah.
Italian, and so
You
I
gotta
totally get that. But Valaverse, keep power to him. He's an Italian person, so maybe I'm extra biased. I want to see Italian people win, but I'm great. I own some of his stuff. Great company, and he's only getting started. It's a new company, and he's killing it. It's like, why was I hard on Playmates? They're an old company, and they're just skating by on their name. So, that's going to be an S tier for me.
That's fair. I'd say if you have any interest in, like, if you're a fan of Power Rangers in any which way, pick up the Legend of the White Dragon figures from Valaverse. They are absolutely amazing.
And he has licensed figures, which is really cool for him. So,
yeah, those are all very good points.
Okay. Now, Mattel, man, I'm going to give Mattel C tier.
Okay.
Because, they've done good in the past and they've done bad in the past. And what is even Mattel doing now? What? Oh, no, with the wrestling. Right? Hold on. No. Hold on. They do the wrestling figures. Wrestling figures have never been better. Their distribution sucks. I'm going to give Mattel A tier. I'll give Mattel 4 wrestling figures with the caveat A tier.
That's fair because their ultimates have gotten so good.
I like the Ultimates. Yeah, I have, I have a bunch up there. Yeah, no. Okay. So I was like, what's Mattel? Because I'm thinking DC Universe Classics. You remember those?
Oh, yeah.
They used to make those DC UCs like a long time ago, and they fumbled the DC license. That's how bad Mattel, sucked on that. But the wrestling figures, okay.
So we have them to blame for McFarlane having it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medicom, we're going to give Medicom S tier.
S tier? Okay, yeah.
Because, I guess they're putting Mafex with Medicom. I would say,
it's like the same company under the same umbrella. But that's, because like we were saying earlier, that's, man, if they could mass produce and sell here at a lower price, like even $50 here.
Now listen to this though. Hear me glaze them, as the kids say. They are still releasing figures that they made 10 years ago. Mafex was so ahead of its time that they could put out the Wolverine buck now and it's going for $200. You know what I mean? They could put that Spider-Man buck out 7 times and people are still buying it now as if they didn't even have to change anything. So they got to get the S tier for me. Their prices stink, but I don't feel, when I buy a Mafex, I don't feel like dirty afterwards. Like it sucks the price, but I feel like it delivers.
You're getting top-notch articulation. The looks are on point. They come with tons of accessories.
Extra heads,
Yes. I have not been disappointed by Mafex yet. Any gripes I have about anything, I feel like I'm nitpicking, and it's not even worth mentioning, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So, I don't want to glaze them anymore. So we'll move on. But loyal subject.
Shill for Mafex.
Yeah, Rocco's a shill. I'm a Mafex shill. Hey, if they want to send me stuff, I wouldn't even have to lie about it. Their stuff is great. Loyal subjects, I have minimal exposure to them. I've had a few figures. They actually sent me some and I wasn't impressed. I get like boxes sometimes of companies sending me stuff. So like I wasn't impressed with but I think their price point is cheap, right? Like what's a loyal subject figure?
It used to be 20. It's recently gone up to 25.
Oh, F that. I almost cursed on your. No.
I feel like it might have even started lower than that. But they're getting better.
They're like a 5-inch scale, right? It's a weird scale they're in.
Oh, hold on. Let me roll back here.
I had what they sent me, the Raphael with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
And I was not impressed with it. It was
really okay. So you would absolutely hate their older stuff then, because that's what I consider their best figures. Yeah. So I
Yeah, like,
had
I
an
mean, he couldn't
original.
really get on the bike. The plastic did that, like when you move the plastic and it does that white, like it was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I wasn't maybe because I don't know so much about it. I think people are happy. I'll give it a C. I don't think it's horrible, but when I
yeah,
hear $25 for that stuff,
yeah,
they're teetering on D, in my
yeah.
opinion.
The best thing I could say is that they do appear to be improving, but when you look at where it started and also their prices are increasing, it's yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna Google them right now. Oh, they're doing Lord of the Rings figures right now, or are those old?
yeah. But man, they're none of them scale well together. The turtles are fine because the turtles are supposed to be smaller,
Hmm.
but like where they run into big issues are like human characters. It's
Oh, so
just
like their rock steady is the same size as all the turtles and stuff?
yeah, or like Casey
No.
Jones or Shredder, they look really small.
Oh yeah, their gizmo is humongous. I remember
Yeah,
seeing that in the store.
yeah.
No, no, F them. They're I'm giving them a courtesy. I'm giving them a courtesy C, but I'm about to, if I think about it more, they're going down to D.
They might be, but
All
if
right,
you say
let's
C,
D them. Let's D them.
okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's D them. Okay.
All right.
Now
So,
let's go positive.
okay.
Jada Toys S tier
Yeah, I'm down with that.
for multiple reasons.
Did you ever get Chester Cheetah?
No.
It's amazing. It's
Is it?
amazing. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Why did it show up at Ross though?
The Chester Cheetah did?
Yeah, they're all at Ross for like
What?
$4. Yeah.
I
Check
know
yours.
their Universal Monsters line showed up at Ross. I didn't know
Oh yeah,
Chester's showed up at
they're
Ross.
they're cheetahs. Yeah, I saw a lot of people were getting them there. I'm
Dude,
again, I have my ear to the floor. I'm always looking at
dude.
but
That
their Street Fighter figures are awesome.
mhm.
Their Mega Man figure, I hope it was just mine. I was impressed by because I loved that Mega Man and I was excited for it, but the quality, I didn't post my video because
Uh,
I was disappointed and I felt like I didn't get a video out of it. And it was just like I was excited in the beginning and then I was disappointed and I didn't even want to give them any promotion. I was like, "Oh, this sucked."
yeah.
But their price isn't that bad, right? What are they, like $20?
Yeah, right, 2025. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what I paid, but yeah, the Mega Man figure, the Street Fighter I was high on, the few ones I had, but the Mega Man figure I was like I like it and I'm happy to own one that's like it, but the quality was not good. I felt like I was going to break some stuff. Like the
Mhm.
plastic felt like when Hasbro gets cheap and it's gummy and
Oh,
then it
yeah.
was scratched up and everything. I hope I got a
Mm,
bad one. But
yeah.
everything else, like their new Cyberpunk figures look amazing. I'm definitely gonna buy those. But they're a new company and they're firing on all cylinders, action figure wise. So they're gonna get S tier for me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, they've come out just swinging with everything.
Yeah,
Oh, we still got some good ones down
yeah.
here. I'm
Maybe A
curious.
tier. They might be an A tier, but I think S tier for now.
Yeah, okay.
Now Diamond Select, I have been with like Diamond Select has been sent. They were the first company to ever send me stuff. I'm friends with Zach. I've been I talk with the company like a relationship with the company for
Yeah.
years. They have a lot of good figures and then they have a lot of interesting figures. But one thing I always say with them is like they're not you don't go for them for the articulation. Their sculpts are always really good.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but they could be better, and I feel like they have been getting better. Like their Red Hulk was awesome. That Gameverse Spider-Man is awesome. Their new Fantastic Four figures are fantastic.
Uh,
So I will give Diamond an easy A,
an A? Okay.
but it
Okay.
could be a B, but I'm gonna give them an A because I like where they're going. Like the Lord of the Rings figures, I have them right here. Like these are great. Like the sculpt is awesome. So if you're
Oh,
for articulation wise, they're not great. They're like Mythic Legions actually, pretty much. They have
yeah.
single jointed elbows and stuff, but they look great. Like I have my Stormtrooper from Diamond Select on display, not my Black Series one.
Oh,
You know,
really?
like
Oh,
that figure came with extra hands, extra weapons. Like I was impressed with their Stormtrooper. I always go back to that figure, but
for
yeah,
Diamond
like
Select to be, I'm sorry, I mean,
they're definitely not God tier. They're not S
no,
tier for sure.
for them
Uh,
to be such a prevalent company and an older company, a lot of their releases seem to kind of fly under the radar a little bit. I know you see them at like comic shops a lot and stuff like that.
yeah, like they can't they lost Toys R Us and it was a big blow because I don't know why they had a thing with Walgreens and it didn't work. Uh they used to be in Target, not anymore. I don't know what is going on. I why can't Marvel Selects be on the shelves at Target? Like I could see them in the fan section, you know, like that NECA
Yeah,
section.
yeah,
You know, they have Disney and Universal. They're in the Universal Studios, you know, the theme park, and they're at the Disney World. But I don't know. There's a few things like they, you know, I their Hulk figures good. The Apocalypse. Everyone always says their big characters are good.
yeah.
Um,
That's in
but yeah, I
my
would say B or A or B. I would say,
okay.
but I'll give them A.
I was trying to think if I had any. I have a Marvel Select. I have the in my Infinity War and Endgame display. I have the Marvel Select Hulk,
Oh,
the
nice.
Smart Hulk. That because
With
all the other ones just seem too
the
small.
yeah, with the that like the gray suit thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
it doesn't articulate hardly at all, but it looks
No.
nice. So
Yeah, their new Hulk, the comic book Red and Green Hulks are actually really good. Like
oh yeah,
people are saying like because they have the hefty size and everything. I like them. But yeah, this Marvel Legends one is pretty cool too, though. I like this one.
oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give Four Horsemen A also because they're great, but they are, you know, industry professionals and they could be making, you know, like that Red Knight that everyone's going, or the Valiant Knight with the
Yeah,
double jointed elbows, everyone's going crazy for. And that should be the standard. And
yeah.
I looked at their newest wave on BBTS to pre-order, and like the females still have like those old single jointed elbows, and
Mhm.
like I'm not seeing things like getting better. And they've been in company for like what, a decade now, you know?
Yeah,
So their sculpts are great, the paint is great, but I want personally, because I'm a big fan, I want more.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they keep improving, and like you said, it's overdue, but at least they're showing signs now of it. But like all these companies, like they
That,
could get left in the dust if they
that
don't
I'm
hurry up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Mythic Legions is big, but uh, you know, you start we have the Brutal Realm that they
Mhm.
just got funded. So that's a company. They're gonna make those figures, you know. They have Dave Vonner, the old Toy Biz you know, worker on that case. Those figures are gonna be good. Savage Crucible, the D13, you know, the Jesus figures. All these new brands are coming out with mythical creature characters, and you know, Mythic Legions could have some more
Mhm.
competition. So,
S-
dude,
Savage Crucible is going to give them a problem if this. Oh man,
I'm telling you, I saw the painted prototype of their Frazetta. Look it up. Can you look it up real quick? Or
yeah,
the Wave 2 Wave 2 Savage Crucible. They have some of the human characters. Oh, I mean, we're in the tier list. No, we'll look it up later. We'll look it
okay,
up
okay.
later. I don't want
We
to
can bring
rehash
it up
it.
after.
Yeah, because you could clip this right out if you want to repost it. I'm gonna give Figure Arts S tier, but there's a but in there. They do a lot of things wrong, but
Hmm.
when they do things right, they're amazing. But I don't like their practices.
Yeah,
Predatory practices with the DLC stuff now. They overcharge, and you know, they really F us over, especially with that Goku from San Diego Comic-Con. I was not happy about that.
I wanted that so bad, but I just couldn't pull the trigger on the online order. I
Dude, I
had
bought the online one. It came out to $120 or something. That
yep.
is for the $35 retail Goku we got a million times, I was
Mhm.
sick to my stomach. Sick to my stomach.
But
Yeah.
those he looks amazing, but with how many Gokus we've gotten, there's no reason that shouldn't have been more of like a $55 release.
Just yeah,
It's
like we already had a Cloud Nimbus. I mean, it's bigger. We had that Gohan was thrown in with Raditz. It's similar size. And
yeah,
like it Figure Arts is losing me. I'm being
yeah.
100% honest. I say it in my videos. They're losing me with almost every release. That the prices keep getting higher. I'm a YouTuber. I could tax write them off. I make a little money on the videos, hopefully. They really never the Figure Arts videos, they're so expensive, they really never make the money back.
Yeah.
I just buy them because I love them, but it's like I got more selective. Like you said, I'm getting good. I'm not gonna pick up any super. I canceled a few figures that I was gonna get, like the
Mhm.
Frieza, Mecha Frieza. I don't need that. I'm
Yeah,
yeah, back in the day, I used to buy two of every figure, and now I barely buy one of them. So
and
yeah.
you would think they would definitely try to, like, tighten up what they've got going on with you've got the third-party companies nipping at their heels. The Maniacal Fit, Black Hole Toys.
Their third party companies are doing amazing work. Like Demoniacal Fit, that 3.0 Goku is ridiculous. It,
Yeah,
it sells for like $100 right now. That's how
yeah.
like people want it. So, um, I always competition is always good for the consumer. So I really I'm happy about. You know what? Put them in A tier.
A tier? That's fair,
Yeah,
that's
I,
fair.
I'm and put Jada Toys in A tier too. I don't believe I'm not ready to give them S tier
Okay.
status. Yeah.
I'd say Jada's probably on their way up, while
Yes. Yeah, and
SH
Figure Arts is
Figure
on their
Arts
way
is,
down.
yeah. The only thing they're saving grace right now, and I think I I kind of feel like it's market manipulation in a way. With think about when the prices started going up, what started popping up at retail stores, those $35 releases,
Yeah.
because it's that first hit to get people into the
They get you
line.
in, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
and
good, but then
yeah,
the rest of the figures shouldn't be so much though. Like
exactly.
they're too much. I I could show you my receipts. Like when I buy from Premium Bandai, it's always $100 for a figure. $100 is
It's crazy.
that's ridiculous. For
Yeah, you get
anything, there's no the value. I don't care if I was Bill Gates, or I would never be Bill Gates, or Elon Musk, whatever. That's like the value. I always say that, like with my wife and stuff. Like I don't like saying things because not you anyone could afford anything. You could, if you really want something, you could get it. And I don't tell people how to use their money. You shouldn't be collecting toys if you're financially not okay. I always,
yeah.
be responsible. It's not my job to tell you what to do. But $100 for a figure is effing ridiculous. It makes me not even want. I want to
Yeah.
put them on B tier right now.
You keep talking yourself down.
Yeah, let's move on because uh I'm not Hasbro. I'm gonna give
Oh,
Hasbro A tier because with all the things they do wrong, they put out a consistently good product. I don't like their
mhm,
pricing,
mhm.
and I don't like the holding the good figures hostage, taking the build a piece figures out. Like, I don't like that stuff, but I'm not going to be phony or lie. Like the product, when it is
Yeah.
good, is great. So,
And I've seen you've recently gotten to the classified line, and
oh yeah, that's
man,
Hasbro too. Yeah, okay, yeah, that
they're
is great.
yeah, that should be their model for everything.
Yeah,
That should be how they handle everything. And
yeah,
it's not without its flaws, but man, it's I had some Joes growing up, but I wasn't really into them. But
yeah.
I
I was not
I have
into
classified.
anything, any
That's
Joes. Yeah,
but Hasbro, you take the good with the bad, and
mm.
the the biggest issue is they're the biggest company, pretty much. So we get all the crappy stuff with it, but we still do get some amazing figures.
They know what they could get away with. We get taken
Exactly.
advantage of, but we also, like when I bought that Shield 3 pack, it's right there. I have to do a review. the Luke Cage 2-pack, like I wasn't happy about spending 50, $60 on 2 figures, but like I don't feel bad afterwards with what I have. Like
Mhm.
I would have liked it a lot more if it was like $30 or something, but what are you gonna do? It's like this is what they cost now. So yeah, I think A is an easy. They're not S tier yet. Maybe they
Nah,
could be. I don't know.
yeah.
Uh where do you want to go? You
Uh,
pick the next one.
mm, let's go. I know you. Let's do Jack specific next. Now, uh, that's you're talking like the new Simpsons line,
Mhm.
the Mario World line. I think they do Sonic. It's kind of like that cheap, that more like $12.
I don't have an opinion on this one, so I'll let you place it.
Um, I would say so. None of it's amazingly articulated, but I think they really knock it out of the park with character selection.
Mm,
So I would say B because it's
yeah.
not great, but it's definitely not bad either. It's
Mm.
something that's there for its audience, and I feel like they know who their audience is.
Uh, I'll pick up those Nintendo figures at the flea market when I see
Mhm.
them for like $1, and they're
Yeah, they're
always
fine.
like pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Okay,
fine.
B is good.
Let's see. And so we got just a few left. We got Jazzwares, McFarlane, Mezco NECA,
I feel like we
Pirate
could get rid of
Replet.
Bandai quick because that kind of is the same
Yeah,
as Figure Art. So I'll put that Bandai is I think I'll say A tier
A tier.
because
Yeah,
they
I
make a
think.
lot of other things and they're pretty
Mhm.
good.
Whenever I think Bandai, I think like the older. I think
Gundam.
like the Power Rangers and stuff. I know they still do. Bandai does like the Dragon Stars and the
Mm,
animated heroes lines, right? Isn't that
yeah,
Bandai?
yeah, those are pretty rough.
Yeah. And they do
Maybe
what is it?
B.
Tekken?
Maybe I'll say B because
Yeah.
they're not good, but they're not bad. You're right. If we're going for those toy lines,
The Dragon Stars line I feel like keeps looking worse and worse the longer it goes.
they just poop it out.
Yeah.
They do the
But
anime heroes also. Those figures are just they're just like
yeah.
they're not
Yeah.
figures. They're not good, and the plastic is so hard that they're not good figures. I would say maybe C. Let's give a C.
See, that's
Yeah,
fair. That's
yeah.
fair.
And Jazzwares, I'm gonna give C also because they were on fire with the AEW figures, but then once
Mhm.
you look at them now, you go like it was all hype. The quality was never there, and they're not good figures, in my opinion.
Yeah. I with Jazzwares, my main thing with them is the Pokemon Select line.
Oh,
That's
hold
amazing.
on.
But even it has its issues with scale within itself.
Oh yeah, wait,
But
look,
I do
you're
love 'em.
giving away. I have the figure right here. Hold on. Isn't that funny? Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this Charizard's pretty amazing
It's
for
I
what for what it was $15, $20.
20, yeah. It's good, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's pretty
good.
good. Okay, never
I,
mind. For Pokemon, so but if I'm saying Jazzwares Pokemon, but like you said though, it's good that we have a Pokemon line, but the figures aren't perfect either. So maybe a
no,
B. I would give them a B.
B. I think that's fair. That's
Would you
fair.
say if or you're thinking A?
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't put him at A
I wouldn't put them
because
there, yeah.
because like you said, also you got to think about the AEW figures and how they've really kind of fumbled that with they refuse to update them and they're just
They're
that's
not
the only thing I see like on my Walmart shelves is AEW figures basically.
my store don't even have any wrestling figures anymore. Sometimes we'll get the legends of the WWE. I don't know if you saw my toy hunts, anyone goes and sees them. They the it's just one row of 2 pegs now, and they're never full. So I
Yeah.
haven't seen any wrestling figures like for a long time, if it wasn't for ringside. But yeah, all right. So Jazz, okay. Now McFarlane. Let's go McFarlane
Hmm.
because this one.
This is a tough one. This
I mean, I have. Oh, here we go. I have my the Arkham figures. I have a custom cape on him. The figures
oh,
again are not bad, but they're not good either.
yeah. This I've had some good ones and
Yeah,
the Captain Carrot by McFarlane is one of my favorite figures in my collection just because of how dumb it is, but it's also just a good figure.
Captain Carrot. What is that? Let me
Yeah.
look that up. Oh, I've seen this. Now who is that?
He's I had no like background on the character at all.
Oh,
He's
okay. So
just
just as
comic book character.
figure
Yeah,
speaking, you're saying it's cool. Okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw it in like the local store. I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up, whatever. And
I
dude,
like
it's just
that. I like
awesome.
when you just see a figure. That's why toy
It's
hunting
fun.
should be fun because I should just go into Target and be like, "Oh, that's a cool looking figure," and then I'll pick it up. You know?
That's what we did when we were kids.
Yeah.
We weren't collecting whole lines when you're
Mm.
like 8 years old. It's like,
No.
oh, that guy looks cool. That guy looks cool, and
Yeah.
you have to pick.
Mm.
So, but
I would say B. What would you
B,
say?
oh, mm, I can get behind B.
You want to say A?
I I want to say C.
Yeah. Oh, C.
Ooh,
Yeah,
just
I'll give it a
because
C. I'll give him a C.
oh man, for every figure that I think is pretty good by him, I get a figure in my hand where I'm like, what the heck is this crap?
Yeah.
That that Wonder Woman figure he did, where we finally got the Wonder Woman we all wanted.
Oh, with no ab crunch?
Dude, she was just terrible, man. Her butterfly joints, right?
Yeah.
The piece of plastic was so thin, you move the butterfly joint, you just see a huge gap.
Oh. Is
And
it the
the
one though?
lasso would just fall off her belt.
Was
It
it
was
like that
awful.
special box one?
No, it was like a regular. I don't know if he called it like a special release or
Hmm.
something,
He's
but
always
it
saying
was
things
hard
are
to find
special, yeah.
everywhere. Yeah,
Okay.
it looked good when
Mm.
you didn't try to pose it around.
Yeah. Yeah, and
And
that's the thing is, I feel like his figures are such an awkward scale and stuff. They're not playable. I've
yeah,
never picked up one. I have a few.
yeah,
I've never touched them. I've never toy photography or played with them. So I never posed them around. Like they're awkward. Like I can't even. I just love the Arkham City games so
yeah,
much that I was like, I have to get these, but I'm not happy about them.
yeah,
So no, yeah, I C is safe. I'd say
yeah.
C.
Because I can't put him any lower because I'm still getting a few of his figures. Like
They're
I
not
know the
horrible, but they're not great.
yeah,
Yeah,
but he could do so much better is my main reason because he could easily be up in
he could
A
totally do
tier.
much better. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Hmm.
he's coasting along, and I mean he's making his money, so I
Oh,
don't know, man.
listen, Todd himself, I love Todd.
Oh
So
yeah,
he's
yeah,
a genius. He is a great person to follow. Like if you want inspiration, like his story and
yeah.
everything. Uh, I
I
just
think
realized I got to plug my computer in.
okay. I think a lot of it comes through too that I think he said before that he doesn't necessarily like articulation. He would prefer just to make statues.
Oh my god, yeah, he hates it. And I remember
Yeah,
Shartimus once at a Comic-Con like really checked him on it and he just flat out said like, like I don't I think it's cuz he doesn't get it. I don't think he understands
yeah,
like action figure community, but also the money, it's more money. No,
yeah. So
articulation is money and he why would he want that? He sells,
mhm,
he sold statues almost his whole career, you know?
yeah. My thing then would be like I'm sure you could get a statue license for DC and let some other company like a Jada or a Valaverse or somebody
Yeah.
have a shot at the DC action figure, the 6-inch or 7-inch action figure license. Please make it 6-inch, not 7.
Yeah.
But
Hmm,
but I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of legalese that goes into that and all that. But
probably.
so, but that's yeah. I think either B or C is fine.
Hmm.
But I just yeah. So we got three kind of people either love, in my experience, people either love or hate these last three companies.
Okay.
But I what are your opinions on Mezco?
Okay. So I have a thing where with Mezco is I very early back, I still remember the Joker, like the original Joker figure they made. I had I bought one on eBay, but it was brand new. And the arm broke or something, like the elbow broke, that elbow piece. They were only single jointed
Oof,
elbows, right?
yeah,
So, I don't like bothering when I buy something on eBay, if it's like sealed, it's not the guy's fault. Like I'm
yeah,
not gonna go bother. I sell stuff on eBay too. It's like I don't like to bother eBay people if it's not their fault as much as possible. If the post office people lose the package or whatever, that's not the guy's fault. So I had a problem early on, and I remember messaging the company on Facebook, I think even, because I was trying, just like, hey, I have a broken thing, just like figuring out what it was, because this was very early. It was like 10 years ago, whatever, almost whatever
Yeah.
that line started, and I still remember the quote. The guy was saying, first of all, they had an attitude, like not a good customer service, and then they said, "You're not our customer." Because I think I
Oh,
was saying, like, you're going to talk to a customer like that or something like that. Because the guy was being very rude. I wasn't, just not helpful, but just, he could have just said, hey, we don't have replacements. We just don't do that stuff. Sorry that happened, or whatever, anything. And I don't even know. I was just like, maybe I get a replacement arm. I don't know.
yeah.
So and I remember they said, you're not our customer. And I was just like, oh wow. And I never, after that, since that day, I
Mm.
never bought anything from them ever again. And if I buy a Mezco figure, it's from someone on from someone selling it secondhand and usually cheaper. And I've never supported them since. So
Mm.
I had that bad experience. I love, they did a few movie figures that I love, like Clockwork Orange, where, when are you going to get that figure a
Oh,
lot? And
never.
so they, they have the Batman figures are great, but boy, man, I never want to support them. And now I see like they take like 5 years to make a figure that it was a
That.
pre-order. They canceled the Planet of the Apes figures. They showed us
Oh,
the Conquest Caesar figure, a 4-pack, never ever spoken about again. So to me, honestly, I wouldn't give them D tier because the product is a good product, but the pricing and the way they treat people and like I feel like maybe I'll give them C because I don't want to be disingenuous, but
oh,
boy,
gotcha.
a
That
negative experience with that company.
man, that interaction with the customer can just leave a bad taste in their mouth, and I don't see how a company handles customer service like that. You just lose a customer for life at that point.
Yeah, like
That's
I was just so
that's terrible.
bummed. I was just so bummed. Like it was not, I wasn't like I wasn't like saying, "Hey, send me free stuff" or anything.
Yeah,
I was just like, "Hey, I had this and uh, uh, basically like I bought it on eBay, so F you." It's
yeah.
not,
They
I'm not
they
their
could have
customer, but
it's all in how you say something. They could have easily said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we don't have any more stock of that
yeah.
product."
Yeah, no
That's
problem. Yeah, or just like, I was just like, how is there any way I could fix this? It's like, F you. So I was
yeah.
like, yeah, no,
It's
after that, I'll never, and I'm so proud. I've never supported them ever since. So
I know that's tough because I know Mezco has a lot of big followers.
yeah,
I've
you ever
gotten
see me talk about them on my channel? They don't get
nope,
any promotion from me. I don't
nope.
post any pictures of them. I don't give them anything. So
I
Mezco
don't
is,
blame you.
they're dead to me. So
I've gotten one Mezco figure. It was the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger,
oh,
and it
nice.
was amazing. It was
Yeah.
awesome, but it was almost too premium.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting rid of it because I didn't wanna mess with it. I didn't wanna pose
Yeah.
it up
Well,
or anything. I
and
was
that is the thing. Their stuff is
yeah,
not good long run. Everyone's gonna see like cloth at that angle in the spandex form, not like
mhm,
just like the wrestling figures or like like my goose faba has like the loose stuff, that like spandex rubber that they use,
yeah,
it's not going to last and people's figures are going to be like falling apart just
yeah,
from time with mezco. So I could not be, what, I'll give them a C because the stuff that they, no, because the Batman figure, people were mad with the rubber, the 5 years.
yeah.
I'm gonna give him D. I'm gonna give him a
See,
D.
I
Yeah.
think that I think that's fair, especially I mean, and objectively, you can be someone out here watching that absolutely loves Mezco,
Yeah.
but you have to be able to also look at the negative. And
There's too many negatives for sometimes
yeah,
their figures being great. Yeah. In my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, that's
Um,
I definitely understand your opinion being that low with that first interaction with them too, and just yeah, uh, when your figures are when you don't want to pose them up at that point, that's why I got rid of the Green Ranger. I was like, well, why do I even have it? if
It's
I'm
too
just gonna have it
fragile
just
feeling,
standing
right?
there.
Like you were
Yeah.
gonna, yeah, the elbow was gonna stick through rip
Yeah.
the stitching or
I
something
like
eventually.
"Oh,
Yeah.
let me go wash my hands one more time before I touch the cloth because it's got white
Right?
on it. I
And
don't
then
wanna
you're gonna get a
smudge
stain.
anything."
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's so
Uh,
yep, Mezco D tier. I know some people are gonna be mad about that one, but
that's
that's
okay.
hey man.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it okay for 5 years for the Batman figure to take?
Absolutely not.
That's nuts.
And then some people didn't they have it, like, instantly disintegrate in their hands?
Yeah, the
Like,
rubber,
yeah.
I know because the 3A figures, is a toy line from an artist that I love. That toy line actually inspired me to make my figures. So, I remember they had a problem with the rubber on a Lastronaut figure, and it got delayed for so long because they were having a problem. The rubber, the articulation would stick through and all that stuff, and I know,
Mm,
from that on that scale especially, all those garbage. That Batman figure, just throw it out now because it's going to be done. Okay.
yeah,
Uh Reveltech, I can't believe it, but I don't own anything from Reveltech.
me
And
neither.
people have been asking me about the Spider-Man 2.0 to review. That's like their figures are like really for poser people, like
Mhm.
posing, not posers. And I would like to try them out, but I've only heard good things. They're very pricey and they're hard to get. So I will give
Mhm.
them A tier because I have not heard anything negative about them, and I know that their stuff is good. When a company could re-release stuff for a while and people are excited about it, that's a good company. So
Yeah.
um I'm sure if I had one of their figures in hand, I could give them a higher rating, but I think an A is safe
Do
on that,
you, I know you're not big on Disney, especially right now. Do you
especially now. Yeah.
yeah. Did you watch, like, the Lilo and Stitch movie? Did you
I
ever
never
like that?
saw that.
Oh.
Yeah, I never saw Lilo and Stitch.
The Stitch figure, if you can get it for, like, that you can get in on, like, getting it from, like, a Japanese site, or you can get it for, like, 40 or
Oh,
50
they made
bucks.
a Revel Attack?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
going for crazy. It was going for, like, $300 aftermarket.
Disney
But
people are crazy, yeah.
yeah, man, but they re-released it. They did a rerun of it, and I've
Okay.
actually got it on my shelf. It doesn't do a lot, but it does enough for I'm happy with it because I wanted a good Stitch.
Yeah, he's a cool
So,
character. I've seen him around, you know?
yeah, yeah. So, but I know there's some really cool, third party or knockoffs going around
Yeah.
too of a lot of Revoltech, Amazing
Yeah,
Yamaguchi
yeah, the
stuff.
Flash, that everyone's buying that Agent
Mhm.
Flash Revel
Yeah,
bootleg, and they're saying it's amazing for
yeah.
18 bucks, so maybe I'll
Um,
try that for the I buy stuff for the channel sometimes, so
oh, yeah.
it's funny because my bootleg videos do great, and it's usually
Mhm.
the cheapest figures ever. And then, like,
Yeah,
I'll buy a Bandai $100, and they'll do okay, but you can never make that money back. Like that price is too high for a figure. I really pulled back.
yep.
Now NECA, I have I saved this one for last for a reason because I used to be the biggest NECA fan. I loved it.
Sure.
NECA's from Jersey. I would go to local cons and actually get their stuff like for cheap. So
Mhm.
I have a huge NECA collection. Um, but they lost me over the last few years, not putting out any new licenses, not putting out any figures, and they're going backwards. They're re-releasing that Beetlejuice figure, that Hannibal Lecter figure, and they're charging premium prices. That's disgusting.
Mm.
That Beetlejuice figure should be $10. Like
Yep,
no
yep.
updates, less stuff. They took out the accessories that it used to come with, made it like it looks cheap. It's in a little packaging. That should have been $10. And it's 25. That is disgusting. Their articulation, they're going backwards. They were giving figures double jointed elbows and stuff. And now I'm noticing their new figures have single joints again. So
Mm.
I am so disappointed. I was the biggest NECA fan. I love NECA. I have a million of them. The thing too is they re-release stuff so much, nothing's worth anything. So you can't even give away some of this stuff.
Mm.
I'm gonna give them a B now. But they would have a few years ago, I would have gave them S tier.
Oh, man, I really thought you were gonna go lower, but man, I can see that
All
because
right, give them a C.
a C?
I mean,
That's
I went from buying only NECA to I haven't bought a NECA in years. That's a failure of a company, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yes. Thinking the only NECA I own, I have the first movie Turtles, and those are pretty good.
I mean, they're
I have a
cool, but
RoboCop.
they're really not that good though.
Nah,
You
nah,
can't do
they
much.
look nice.
They look nice, but
Yeah.
you can't do much with them.
Mm-mm.
I have some of the cartoon turtles too. Like, I'm not impressed. I know people, they were like, people go crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
NECA turtle fans are insane. And I
those
guess it's cool,
things,
like, to have the figures, right? Like, I get it. They're figures people want, but like judging as a figure, not impressed.
and that is an expensive line to go all in on. I
Oh,
oof, man.
what expensive hobbies we have, right?
Right, yeah, it's that's you gotta have a hobby.
Gotta have. It's better than
It's
doing crack. I always say.
that's what I always say. I tell my wife, I'm like, at least
Yeah.
I'm not like sitting in a bar drinking my life away. I guess that's
Hey, beer is so expensive. You
dude.
know, I'm
Yeah,
straight
oof,
edge. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. I
yeah,
drink coffee, but a
yeah.
lot of it.
My idea of drinking is like maybe like 2 ciders on a night where I don't have to work the next day. I don't like
Nice.
drink. As I
Nice.
went through that phase in high school,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's just not for me. It's
Especially when you have a kid, it's
oh,
hard.
yeah, man. Yeah, I'd rather be I don't know. It's when you have a kid, like, you start just looking at everything different, and it's
Oh yeah.
always like family first
Yes.
and then everything else. And
Yeah.
man, I growing up, I'm just thinking about how he's gonna look at all this. Like everyone always asks, like, "Oh, he never messes with things on your shelf." I'm like, "No, the shelves have been around since he's been around."
Yeah.
So he knows what he's allowed to touch and what he isn't, and he thinks it's cool. He loves to come in here and look at stuff. I'm like,
Mm.
God, what? How cool would it have been if like my dad collected
Can
toys
you
when I was growing
imagine,
up?
right? Like,
Man,
yeah, it's why, like, I just bought my son a Spider-Man figure today.
oh man,
He tries, like, I don't know about you, but I do a lot of work at my kitchen table, so I'll have like at least one figure with me. The Savage Crucible's been on it since for a week. And I have a mini mate Spider-Man, and my son knows Spider-Man and Batman. Like,
hmm
he actually he's 1.5. He doesn't, he doesn't I don't even know how he knows them, but so he loves Spider-Man, he loves Batman. And we have like some toys with him, but he didn't have any Spider-Man toys. He would play with mine. So today I bought him one of those, like the big kid toys
like
that
the
are not,
Titan ones.
yeah, the Titan
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah. So and he loves it. So,
man,
but
that's
it's
sometimes I think
crazy,
I
right?
like living vicariously through my kid, like, oh, he's gonna love this, and like just loading him down for like Christmas and birthdays and stuff, and just
You know
it's
what?
fun
I'm
though.
learning the hard way. We just my wife and I wanted to get him the Jeep. You know those Jeeps that move around,
Yep, yep,
and they're like expensive. So we were
yeah.
gonna get one for like his birthday or for Christmas or something. And we were in Ollie's and we found they had one of those Jeeps at one of the Ollies we went to for 150. They're
That's
normally
great.
400. So we were
Yeah.
like, let's just do it. Let's just do it now. It's summer. He could probably still ride. He loves cars. My son loves
Mhm.
cars, which is weird because I don't. So I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
a kid thing,
same.
I guess. So he we built it, we everything. He hates it. And now I got it up on Marketplace. So
Really?
it's like, things you're excited about, your kid is not going to be excited about. I
Mhm.
learned the hard way, and
Yeah,
we're gonna,
yeah,
I'm not going to be buying him toys that I think he's going to like. I'm just going to wait for him to want stuff,
yeah.
So
Tell you, man, get ready for a lot of monster trucks because that's what my son. He's gonna be
yes,
4 next month.
yeah,
Everything's monster trucks.
yeah. He has two
Everything.
monster trucks. He goes around like this. He's like, yeah, they love that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
But man, I'm looking at this tier list and I can't say I disagree with any of it. I think that's a good tier list. So
Yeah.
as so everybody know that Rocco hates everything under S tier. That's
Yes.
that's what we're
I,
saying.
Yeah,
That's
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, like Valaverse, like it could be A tier, but I like him, and I never heard anything wrong about his thing. Mafex, their prices are pretty tough, but the quality is no. I never hear anyone complain about anything
mhm.
with. I don't even hear quality control issues. Like I've never heard breakage or anything. So it definitely gets up there. I'm just trying to run through and see if there's anything I would move up or down or anything. Um, but I feel like A tier is pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I think A tier is great, and anything below it sucks. I think, yeah,
Right. There we go. Go ahead and clip
yeah,
that. Clip that.
yeah. Clip that one.
All right. Well, that was fun. I think this might be something I do with a few people on the channel. This is just fun to
I
see
think you
where
should
people
do it with
stand on
every
stuff.
guest.
Yeah. This I enjoy this.
Yeah, and then you clip out that part, and then you have a video with whoever you get on, as like it'll bring people to your channel, hopefully.
Oh yeah. And man, people just want to get mad about stuff. So you'll have like the biggest, let's say,
Yeah.
Playmates fan see this in D tier and just
Yes.
like start sending like terrible messages.
I love it. I love that. Yeah, comments are good.
So so I'm conscious of time. I don't want to keep Rocco too long. Thank you so much for coming on, man. But we're gonna get to the part of the stream where we're gonna do the duck race for the giveaway. And
All right.
so this is a brand new Charizard. This is my extra one because in the States, I wanted the Garchomp. They only released it in a 2-pack with Charizard.
Oh.
So I'm gonna ship this out. It's never been taken out, still has the ties on it. And it's a good figure. I would test my hand at customizing it and making it shiny and painting it, but
I thought about it, but this plastic, I wouldn't paint this plastic.
Yeah. But overall, it's a good figure. I have a SH Figure Arts Blastoise, and they scale really good together.
Yeah,
really
I'm
good.
happy. This is probably the best Pokemon figure, easy.
Oh yeah. So anybody that's still here, I know I've just been having fun talking and rambling, but if you're still here,
2 hours is pretty good.
Oh yeah. If you're still here, just put in the chat because I've got subscriber mode only turned on. So I know you're subscribed and I'll enter you in the duck race. I've got a few names for people that I know couldn't make it today that were here for the whole stream last week. I told them I'd put them in. So I've got those in already. Anybody here that's interested in it, if we have a small duck race, that means it goes to somebody that really wants it. So I'm good with whatever. I don't want to make giveaways. To me, can start to kind of look like pandering after a while. So I don't want to, it's not going to be something I keep doing, but I feel like the first 500 and the first 1,000 just kind of feel really special.
Yeah, it's like a thank you.
Yeah,
so it's appreciation. Yep.
Christopher Allen's here. David Evan Smith, the duck me deeply. That's so I'm gonna type in these names. I think, what do you think, Rocco? Just give it a couple minutes for people to
if you're here, if you want the giveaway, speak now
or forever hold.
Hey, listen, whoever gets it is rewarded. You know, like they're rewarded for being here, and that's a good reward.
Rocco, do you want to be entered in it, or do you not care?
No. Let someone in the chat. They had to listen to me for 2 hours. They deserve it.
Hey man, I've had a really fun time.
Yeah, this went very quick. You're a natural, dude. I'm telling you. You're gonna kill this. I just know it. I'm usually a good judge of character.
I appreciate it, man. I'm typically not a good like public speaker or anything. I'm really kind of quiet. I'm like a more quiet, reserved person. And
believe it or not, I am in person like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're online, it just, the more you do it, it gets a little easier.
Yep.
And
it's fun.
Oh yeah.
Fun, yeah.
It's a way of, if I wasn't doing this, I have my cousin Andrew collects, but he only collects like Star Wars stuff mostly. Yeah. And I don't do a whole lot of Star Wars. It's very, very, very minimal. So besides that, if it wasn't for like the people I've met online and doing this is just how I share the hobby, and it makes it more fun. It's better than just, oh, I got something cool new, put it on the shelf, and that's cool. So let's see. So it's going to be a small duck race, and I'm fine with that because that means it goes to somebody who is very interested in it, and I'm completely okay with that. So I've never done this duck race before. So let's see here. I'm going to, this is super professional. we're just going to set it for a minute.
Now, what does
And
that mean? What does it do?
so it's like cartoon ducks racing like on a pond. If you've ever seen it, and they basically race for a minute.
Interesting.
And yeah, hold on. Go. Four. Let me share the screen. I didn't realize I had it ready with names typed in, and I clicked full screen, and it erased all the names. I had to type them back in real quick. So remember not to do that. And I know that there's sound on here. I want to make sure I mute it.
You could also do
Oh.
the wheel. They have that wheel that you put the names in and you spin it. I've seen some people do the raffles like that.
Now, bam.
Oh, there you go.
Ha 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 ha. Did it get rid of the names? I don't know. And well, I've got the names written down right here. I'm going to start it. Start it. There we go. That is very annoying. I'm going to turn that down. I don't know if you can hear that. So when I've seen other people do it, the names are actually on here, but for some reason I didn't put the names on. I'm sure I did something wrong because and I promise this is usually a lot more exciting when there's more than 4 people. But Rocco, I really do appreciate you coming on, man. I know, like you said, you're a dad, and oof, those mornings come early. Your son's is he still in a crib?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you, once they go to a toddler bed, they're going to be in your bed like every morning. Mine comes walking in, he crawls in the bed and asks, like, oh, monster trucks. So 7
Oh, that's
a.m.
fun.
And it's great though. I always
No,
said
I know
like,
it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, kids are a lot, but it's like, yeah, I'm just you just it's just
definitely.
life though. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So I did kerfluffle that a little bit. Let me shut this duck up.
Oh, I didn't even I don't
And
hear it. You didn't show the it didn't show the sound.
So duck number 2 So let me go to my list of the names. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen real quick. Bam.
Duck race.
And number 2 was David Evan Smith. Congratulations, David. You won the Charizard.
You know why? He said duck me. So
duck me. That's exactly why. It was
and you
only
got
because
it,
you
David.
said duck me. So yeah, I don't know why the names didn't pop up on there. And then every time when I bounce back and forth between full screen, I'm gonna have to mess around with this thing.
Yeah,
Rocco, what I'm probably gonna do next time is just do the wheel because the duck race.
I always saw the wheel people did it's just easier because I think you could copy and paste like the whole list or something. I know people were saying that.
Yeah. So but I think that was the only technical difficulty I had today. So I'm pretty happy with that.
It went very smoothly. I've been on a lot of shows. You wouldn't tell that this was your second show. So
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Keep
And
killing it, man.
I appreciate you taking the time to come on because you didn't have to do that. And like, I know it's late.
I like chatting with people. So, I was looking forward to it, especially you're I like the positivity you bring to my channel. You know, you're always fun in the chat. It's just a good time, and I could tell like you get jokes. You know, like you don't take me serious, which means you get it. Like, you know, when I was saying all that Eternal stuff, you were funny with like, I have a whole shelf of them. Like, yes, like that's what the
Right.
chat needs, that type of
Exactly.
interaction. So just, you know, continue killing it on your channel. Do shorts, dude. Just do shorts. I'm telling, if you
I have
wanna,
to.
you're gonna look back. If you did it one short a day for a week, DM me and be like, bro, I grew 1,000 subscribers. I'm not, you know, I try to tell my friend Joe, he listened to me for a little while. I know it's not easy, but you just gotta find something to talk about. Clip out, maybe clip this stream up a little bit. Someone did that. I was a guest on some other stream, and he did some clips of it. It could work, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I apologize. I know you've got to be exhausted. I'm getting really tired too.
Yeah, I'm
But
like cooked right now. I can't believe we did. I'm glad we did 2 hours. It was a good one, and it's perfect time.
yeah,
Yeah,
it went smooth, man. I could talk to you for a while, man.
I feel like
You,
that too. Oh, this Monday is the channel members after party, so make sure you make it this. You know,
I'll
so
come on. I'll come on.
my streams now are 7, so I'm live 7 to 8, and then 8 o'clock would be the after party. So
Okay.
this
I
Monday.
might I might be a little late on, but I can definitely come
The
on
links
probably
in
like
the chat. You hop in if
8:15.
you can. Yeah.
All right, bud. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd love to come on and talk to you and everything. And you're welcome back here anytime.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, man. And let me put you on full screen for a
Oh.
second.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
I want to give you were gracious enough to come on. Go ahead and plug anything you want to plug, my
Oh,
friend.
well, thank you, Justin. Everyone check Justin out. Leave comments on his videos, and check me out on Rocco the Great. I do a live stream every Monday at 7 o'clock. Those I really, you know, go there, hang out on the live streams, and just my content's everywhere. So I'm sure you saw of TikTok of me, and you were like, who is this annoying guy? Get him out of here. Check the live stream, and yeah. So Rocco the Great, thank you. I'm good.
Also, he does an awesome line of custom toys.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. System Island Toys. This is Goose Faba. This is my carry. I don't like talking about me. I'll talk about my figures. Yeah. System Island Toys on Instagram. Check it out. This is Goose Faba. He's my graffiti character I made when I was 13. And a few years ago, I said, let's turn him into an action figure. And I am so excited. There's about over 100 of these out in the wild, and it's amazing. So just to see a character you had almost my whole life in the hands of other people, it's really cool. So Goose Faba, check him out. I'm on Instagram and TikTok and everything. Boom. There you go.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you again for coming, bud. And everybody else, I'll see y'all next time. Expect more videos coming up soon, and I will be live again next Saturday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you guys.
Perfect.